Hello. Thank you guys for the patience. We have a special guest coming on today. At least I think he's coming on today. I sent him the StreamYard link. But then other than that, we also have some ADCC news. Let's go. The Inekai show. Is that a Filipino word? I don't speak Tagalog, but it sounds like something that might be a Filipino word. How you guys doing? It's Alex here. I'm here in Las Vegas. I've been in and out of Las Vegas. Originally came for the trials. And that's who one of our guests is going to be, someone who competed in the recent ADCC West Coast trials. He had a great show. John Colmes is his name. And hopefully he'll be joining us. His main achievements, he got first place at ADCC West Coast Trials in 2019. First place IBJJF Denver Open. First place IBJJF Austin Open in 2017. And he is just an all-around martial artist. He started out in karate, then he moved more towards jiu-jitsu and wrestling and really found his passions there. So he's obviously going to be an awesome contender too on the PGF. So we're excited to see what he's going to do, competing for $100,000 in a team duel type setting. And also we have some breaking ADCC news. So until we see John join us today, we'll just dive into some of the things that has happened in recent ADCC news. And sorry, I just noticed my lamp is right here. We're in like a very mobile time in life where I'm moving and getting set up. So, but the next time we do a live stream, this will be like a lot more decorated into an actual set. And shout out Wes Martin TV on the P's and Q's. He's been dealing with me in all of my chaos, but it is controlled, fun chaos that we are having talking about jiu-jitsu. So shout out to all my jiu-jitsu nerds. Let's dive into it. So over the weekend, there was a post from Craig Jones. Craig Jones is getting a little aggressive with his pleas for, you know, better fighter pay. And that's all obviously understood on why he's doing what he's doing. It's official that he's not going to be competing in ADCC. ADCC 2024 come August. He obviously goes the comedic route and has made some hilarious videos comparing pay to other sporting events, but it is it's hard because he's coming at Mo for this when Mo has said many times that some of the biggest things that he's been trying to change he's working on, and it's a process. And we've seen Mo make changes. He added the -55 division for women's jiu-jitsu. And there hasn't really been a lot of changes in ADCC. It's really hard to get changes and have them update anything since 1998. So one of those changes we've seen is the -55 division. And so you have to feel kind of bad because this guy's just trying to grow the sport and you get a lot of backlash, but that is coming from the athletes. So one of the things that Craig Jones was hoping to do was host a seminar the same week of ADCC. That seminar will take all the proceeds and give them to the competitors who lose day one. So basically his argument was saying that if they lose day one, they go home with nothing. And he will not stand for that. So before we dive into it, I'll let you guys hear his, of course.
Hi, baby. I bring you a massive announcement straight out of Dubai. As you all know, this is an ADCC year, and ADCC is a very expensive production to put on. As a result, some competitors, meaning everybody that loses on day one, go home with $0. I personally will not stand for that. So the Thursday before ADCC weekend in Las Vegas, I'm going to host a seminar. 100% of the profits of that seminar is going to go directly to those competitors that are going to lose on day one, go home with $0. So if you want your money on ADCC weekend to actually go to the competitors, then you're going to have to sit through a Craig Jones seminar. I'll see you all August in Las Vegas.
So again, bringing in the comedic aspect. I see John Colmes in the group chat. All right, let's get our special guest. Drum roll, please. Welcome to the stage, John Colmes. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you. I can see there's a little bit of a black eye under your eye right now. How are you feeling?
Yeah. No, I was in training yesterday. I was beating the crap out of somebody, and then he just kind of freaked out in a moment, and his knuckle hit my eye. So it looks way worse than it is. It's really not bad.
Yeah, that bruise is up so quickly, though. I feel like usually bruises take like at least 2 days to show up like that, but I guess this was just immediate.
Yeah, he hit me in a good spot, I guess. Like it was right on here, so it's a little darker in that area, but I'm not worried about it.
Well, we're glad that you could join us today. Obviously, you had a great run at ADCC Trials West Coast. So where are you back now, on the East Coast?
No, I'm here in Florida. See a palm tree right there. So yeah, technically the East Coast, yes, but just down south. Yeah, I'm in the Tampa Bay area.
Awesome. And I saw on your bio that you actually grew up in California.
Yeah. Yep. I grew up in Los Angeles, yeah, and then went to college in Colorado, and then tried a whole bunch of places out and ended up in Florida. So, been a good run. But yeah. Are you guys from LA?
I'm currently in Vegas. I
live nice.
in LA, but I went to college in Florida. So we've had a little bit of taste of both coasts. So when we look at some of at the year that you've had so far, obviously ADCC Trials was probably a big focus for you, but now you kind of get to shift your attention more towards PGF. Yeah. So how is that shift going for you?
So like the ADCC rules set up very important positions that you need to have understood. Like obviously hand fighting, seated versus standing, a lot of work from turtle. And then you're going to get a lot of looks at people's backs. Like I think in almost every bout that I won, I took their back at least once. I'm almost certain of that. So you see that a lot more in the ADCC, whereas in this PGF, submission only. So there's going to be way fewer reasons to turtle. And we're practicing, I don't want to say flashy, but some unorthodox front headlock chokes to try and get some breakthrough on people. Because I have to imagine by come like Wednesday or Thursday, there are probably going to be guys out there intentionally stalling to try and make sure they don't give up points or whatnot. And so, if you can sneak a submission in there in like the last minute against somebody you're not supposed to submit, that probably makes the difference between getting into the what do they call it, the playoffs or whatever, that the tournament on Friday. Yeah, it's probably going to make the big difference maker there. You can catch a strangle on somebody you're not supposed to.
And yeah, accumulating those points throughout the week is definitely going to be a focus point. Obviously, you're going to want to make it into the top 8, make that extra 20K and win the playoffs. So when you're looking at your game specifically, does the point system change anything for you? Knowing that folks will, be more ankle locks only as 3 points.
Yeah, that's the beauty of my game, and I'm sure anybody that's studied me would pretty instantly be able to tell, oh shoot, this guy doesn't have a whole lot of leg locks. And I'm not sure what percentage of my finishes are by joint lock versus strangle, but just off the top of my head, I bet it's like 80-20. Like I hit an arm bar, a Kimura, not a lot of it, but most of my finishes are going to be front headlock chokes or chokes from the back, or things of that nature. So most of the time when I do submit, it's usually a choke. So I think this rule is very well set up for me. Brandon and I even talked about that, where I think that for my game, how I play, the being willing to take risks, I should be very well set up for this PGF.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how updated BJJ Heroes is, but when we're looking, they have you at 83 submissions, 31% by guillotine, 31 submissions by guillotine, that's 37%, 8 by arm and guillotine. So would you say you have a favorite submission?
Yeah, the guillotine, yeah. Historically, yes, that has been the submission that's worked best for me. Definitely gotten lucky with that one. But, it's kind of funny when you just so heavily focus on one submission, other parts of the game tend to not develop as powerfully. So that's been a bit of a struggle for me the past 4 years to build up the other parts of my game outside of the front headlock choke. So like dealing with leg locks, improving passing, better wrestling, trying to study the whole game rather than just getting stuck up on one thing.
And when we're looking back at your performance at ADCC at West Coast Trials most recently, what were some things that you took away from that you're looking to improve on come PGF?
Definitely working on my cardio. I did not enjoy how that last match ended. I'm sure everyone else did. I didn't. But so working on my cardio there. But shoot, in terms of my jiu-jitsu, it was about as good as I've ever looked, to be honest. Like I was able to find the right positions, make people suffer. That's sort of a lot of what my top game is now. I'm trying to get body locks. I'm trying to get my head in your chest. I'm trying to do anything I can to make time suck more for you than it does for me when I'm on top. And I did a dang good job of that in all my bouts until I ran into Andy. I probably should have wrestled him. I probably shouldn't have pulled guard. I do very well pulling guard against a lot of people, but that guy, I think I should have, wrestled him rather than pulling guard. But, lessons learned. I'm working on my cardio, and, I think I got the right skill sets to do some very impressive stuff in a few weeks here.
And you were a really good sport about people, I guess, poking fun at the throw-up situation. Is that something that has happened to you before? Is that the first time that's ever happened?
I've thrown up after matches quite a few times in the past, like 5 years, whatnot. I've never had it happen that close to a match. Just the round of 16 bout right before that, I'd actually thrown up right after the bout. So like I got a rear naked choke and then had to run off the mat and find a trash can. No one was complaining about that, but then, you do it in the middle of the match on the mat. And the problem was there's this damn wall of people. Like I was like going to my coach, like, I need a trash can. And he's like, swallow that. And I was like, all right, I'll try. But nope. Yep. Now it's on the internet for all time. But, whatever.
Yeah, well, that just shows how hard that you were going. And obviously when you're, going up against a guy like Andy Varela, who's going to be in the PGF, things can get quite tough. Is there any specific person on the PGF roster that you're hoping to get a matchup against?
Canuto, that's the match that I've wanted for a long time. Like we've been at the same events forever. I think he's maybe a year or two younger than me. Like I've seen him at so many different events. I have such a high opinion of him. I think he's one of the better guys in this. And that's a match that I've wanted for a long, long time. PJ's got 2 wins over me. I'd love to face him again. Ben Eddy, Hindulo teamed me, whatever the heck you call it. I would love to send it back with that guy. And then, Elijah, I've got a win over him. He's gotten way better in the past 2 years, so that would be fun. So, I guess I shouldn't really just say everybody, but pretty much everybody on this. Like, Kieran's got a win on me as well. So, of the 12 bouts that I'll have in the week, I'm sure almost every one of them is going to be against somebody significant for me. So I'm really looking forward to this chance at this roster.
Wow, that was definitely a lot of names to call out, and I love to see it. We got, a whole week of competitions. And so this is so different compared to, having a super fight, having a one-night tournament. You're going to have to compete 3 times every night for a total of 12. So does that change, your mindset going in? Do you want to, be conservative at any point, because, you don't want to get injured or risk anything? Like, how does competing multiple days of the week change things for you?
Well, it's not something I've ever done before. And outside of Elijah, I don't know how many other guys have done anything quite like this. What it makes me think is like having a good daily routine, like making sure the meals are all on point, that I'm getting to bed on time, that, I'm doing my recovery work. All the things that I try to do daily here are going to be even more important there, because the best guy could screw up 2 nights in a row and then wake up on Wednesday feeling like crap, and then suddenly he gets behind in the points. So, I don't think it's not so much a sprint as much as it will be a marathon, and whoever can show up on Friday having qualified for that event and, got the right points for it as well, qualified up and feeling good, should have a very good chance of winning it, because everyone else is going to be beaten down no matter what happens. It's going to, Saturday will be rough. Like there's nobody in this event that's not going to be beat up. So, yeah, I think that, like I'm saying, it's like going to be a lot more of the meals and the things you're doing out around the matches than the matches themselves so much. But I definitely do expect that things are going to get a lot crazier on Wednesday and Thursday than Monday and Tuesday, as, the point totals get kind of settled up and, people have to start doing some crazy things for their team to win or lose. So I anticipate it will get more exciting as the week goes on.
And what are you anticipating for draft day? when the coaches are going to be making their bids? Is there any particular coach that you're hoping will say your name, or are you a little indifferent to whatever happens there?
I mean, I think most people would love, Hodger to pick them. I mean, that's kind of the go to the whole game and whatnot. But, I do think that if they're any of the two coaches that kind of know me a little bit, Andre and Eddie might be the two guys that might pick me, round 2 or 3. But, luckily this isn't middle school me that's in this event. It's me, and the odds of me probably get picked 3rd or 4th round. But if I do get the 5th round, whatever, they'll be fine. But I think most of these coaches are going to look at my game, see how many strangles I can get, understand I'm a risk taker. And I bet the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round, I'll get picked up by somebody. But, it's not going to be a make or break. Whichever team I get on, I'll be grateful. They're all 4 legends. And I think it's Higan Machado. Is that the 4th coach?
Higan Machado, yes.
Higan Machado, yeah. So legends all around. Probably a slight preference for Hodger. I don't think anybody would have any. I think most of us would agree that would probably be the coolest guy to be part of. But it's just be a freaking blast. I mean, it's amazing these 4 celebrities are showing up for this, and should lead to a really, really badass week of jiu-jitsu.
Yes, 4 legends for sure. And obviously, a big investment from Zoltan Bathory, a great grand prize. What was your initial reaction when you were told that that is the prize money that you guys will be fighting for?
Oh, potentially 40 grand?
Yes.
Yeah. No, that is considerably more than your average grappler makes in a year. So that is quite the awesome prize, and it's great to see the prize total continue to go up as I've been a professional jiu-jitsu guy for 7-8 years now, and it has been really good to see the numbers go up. But only 6 guys are going to walk away with money, and that's the nature of the beast when you're doing this. Like, just because a prize sounds great doesn't mean you're going to win. I mean, shoot, beginning of this damn year, we had a team event that I was on. And we made it to the finals, and it was up to me to do the EBI overtime, and I freaking lost, and I cost 4 of my boys $3 grand each. So, just because it sounds like there's a lot of money on the line doesn't always mean you're going to be the one that actually takes it and wins it. So, I think taking advantage of the amount of publicity that'll be on this, like trying to get a few new sponsors, is probably the better area to try and make money off this, rather than just expecting you're going to go in there and crush everybody, which that's what I want to do. That's the plan. But reality might have some other things in store for me. We'll see. This is a stacked bracket of competitors. Like, those top 6 guys are some of the best in the world, between Hansen, Varela, PJ Barsh, Canuto, Kieran, myself. So they're some of the best guys in the world here. And you never know what's going to happen when you step in there with the best.
Yes, there's definitely going to be 6 people walking away with the grand prize total. But I think every athlete is getting paid no matter what. So yes, that is absolutely the case, and I'm grateful beyond words that all of us are going to get to make some money doing this, and they're putting us up as well. So, I mean, just getting to be a part of this as well, like the amount of exposure any of the athlete that's doing this will make this well more than worth it. And just looking at your career as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, and maybe someone who's looking at your game and looking at your career so far, what advice would you have for them to keep on grinding and to get to these opportunities that you're getting?
Oh, so you mean like there's like a young blue belt that's out there looking and wants to up their game a bit and get on these big shows? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would say probably the biggest mistakes I made coming up was training live too often. So like putting too much of my time and effort, from like 22 to 27. I come from an old school group of guys out in Boulder, Colorado. And, they would just beat the snot out of people. That's how you did it back in the 90s. Like, people would just meet up and mess each other up. And, from my blue belt to purple belt, I'd probably do 3 or 4 practices a day, and live training during all of them, and wear myself down. And you'd get tough, but you wouldn't get that technical. Whereas I think this new type of stuff, they're talking about, like, the ecological approach or whatever, where, you're training a lot, but most of your rounds are spent kind of playing, like you're trying to play within a position rather than just win every event. And I think that is worth a lot more time investment than live training. Like, in all honesty, probably 80% of your time on the mat should be spent doing like games and technical work, and then 20% of it should be spent doing very hard training. That's what I find to be the most efficient mix, and that's where I would be putting a lot of my effort into. And then also, all of us are way too tight in the hip flexors, so figuring out exercises to make your glutes stronger and get more mobile hips. Probably another thing that I was very, very highly recommend. That's helped me deal with a lot of back pain, getting my glutes stronger.
Yeah, no, that's all really good advice, especially the longevity part. You know, people always, even, you know, in MMA, we're seeing that more people are starting to train smarter rather
Yeah.
than harder. So that's definitely a way to look at it. If you have any sponsors, teammates, anyone you want to give a shout out, the floor is yours.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got XB right here, Level Black X. They've been supporting me through almost 4.5 years now. Yeah, really great company. Love them. Then Penguin Fingers, they make cold compresses. You can give them a follow on Instagram. They're a very useful little technology. Actually, I can show you one of them inside. But yeah, those are the two main sponsors that I got going on right now. And then, you know, Zapatero, Top Team, team that I train with. But these things are actually pretty cool.
I've
So
heard
this
of
is one for your
before.
wrist.
Oh, I love it.
Oops. Okay, well, I'm failing at this, but we're going to make it work.
It looks like one of those toys that I remember like in middle school that they give away at library things.
But yeah, you can put them on your fingers, cool them off. They work
cool.
really well. I'll even grab them after training and just hold them in the palms of my hand because that'll actually help cool you off really, really well.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, John. We cannot wait to see you coming up this month. It's already happening so soon. Like in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I know. Trials was just a few weeks ago, and I'm feeling better than I look. That's for sure. Like, believe me, I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling ready. I know my face looks a little banged up, but yeah. God damn it, Sheba. Outside. Sorry, these dogs. And it's funny. Anytime I'm talking on the phone, they always feel like they got to say something. But
They know. They just know they want to be part of the conversation. They're very smart dogs.
Yes, they are. They are indeed.
Well, thank you so much, John. We will see you in action, and we cannot wait to see you fight for 100K alongside your teammates. So it's going to be a big week.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Thanks for the exposure. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you very much.
Yes, see you later.
You betcha. Bye-bye.
Now that is John Colmes. He is going to be a very entertaining fighter that we're going to be seeing at PGF. I feel like all the people invited to PGF were picked with so much intentionality from BMAC. And, you know, just the group that they have. They've been cultivating such a great culture for PGF. And I feel like it's time that people really start realizing that PGF is the next big thing in jiu-jitsu. Like, it is the first ever sports league. It is building the foundation of what sports jiu-jitsu is going to be, and potentially a format that can be implemented in college, in the high school level, because we really don't have that format yet. We kind of just have a bunch of different events, super fights that go on, but like, how can we build a foundation of the sport of jiu-jitsu, a system that will just help grow the sport of jiu-jitsu more and more. So shout out to John Colmes for joining us there. He is awesome. Now let's get back to our topics from today. We were talking about Craig Jones basically taking the lead on basically trying to get better pay for jiu-jitsu practitioners. He's easily the face of jiu-jitsu, says Anthony. Oh, hey, he was just in this group chat. Thank you so much for your participation, my friend. And final thought, ADCC is not the epitome of jiu-jitsu. It is the people that practice it. Putting the focus on the practitioners over an organization makes the sport more interesting. Interesting take there. Interesting take. I guess the only thing I will play devil's advocate for it is because so many people in the live chats for ADCC, they're always like, ADCC is not going to be the same without Craig. And I'm just like, I don't know if I believe. I think we're going to see great jiu-jitsu no matter what. So, you know, putting Craig on so much of a pedestal that like him not being there is going to affect the whole event. I think he just is so likable that people have such a diehard fan base and they're really supportive of what he's doing. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? I don't know, Mr. J Photo. We need more people covering this sport and really promoting the fact that PGF is taking things to the next level. And I feel like PGF and ADCC, like ADCC is the Olympics of jiu-jitsu, PGF is the sports league of jiu-jitsu. So they're two different lanes that we're in, but still, you know, supporting what jiu-jitsu is all about. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on some of the recent news that we've been seeing. I know it's been a lot of news in jiu-jitsu stuff. So first off, I just want to give a shout out to some of the people that we'll be seeing in the minus 55 kg division. Yesterday in the ADCC live chat, I asked Mo if he could rank the women's minus 55 because we have Mackenzie Dern that was invited, Maisa Bastos, who I think is so entertaining to watch. I saw her one championship match recently and she is so fun. And Mo was just like, Alex, don't ask me about rankings right now. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, Mo. I was just curious. But yeah, Jasmine Roca getting a awesome win at West Coast Trials after submitting Alex Enriquez in the finals. So well-deserved from Jasmine Roca. And then minus 66 kg. The reason why I like to do these live chats, guys, is because if you only have YouTube, you are probably not hip to so much of the drama that happens on Instagram. Like there's ADCC live chats. You know, you have Gordon Ryan on his Instagram, Craig Jones. Like I feel like Instagram is such a big source of jiu-jitsu news, and Reddit now too. So if you're not on one of those two platforms, you're probably missing a lot of the news. I know that Mo mentioned that 66 kilogram divisions is a tough one for him because there's obviously just so much talent. And right now, I think one of the last invitees is between Dominic Mejia, Keith Krikorian, because obviously those two were in the West Coast Trials, but Corbet is the one who took it home. So we're still waiting on news for that. We have about a week or two left before we find out about who else is going to be invited. Another thing I forgot to mention about the Craig Jones video is that he was basically asking if if J-Rod could be invited to the 88 kilogram division. And he was in the live chat at ADCC saying, can't J-Rod have my spot? But basically that was counter to, well, you are in the minus 99 kg division, J-Rod's in 88. And so the official invite that happened earlier today, was Roberto Jimenez. And I remember seeing Roberto Jimenez at the trials and I was like, oh, I wonder why he is not competing. I kind of had a feeling that just because he was going to be invited, because in past live chats, that was kind of mentioned that might be a possibility. So Roberto Jimenez is going to be going up a weight class. He's going to be in minus 99 kg. And last year we saw him submit Andy Varela, had a great run at ADCC Trials. He recently took on Nicky Rod, who has a substantial weight difference against him at UFC Fight Pass. He didn't get the win there again, but Roberto Jimenez is definitely someone who never says no to any challenge. Like he's looking to go to the absolutes and really make his name. And one final note on the minus 88 kg division. I know that right now it's between J-Rod and Elder Cruz. Some of the notes that they mentioned was that, you know, obviously J-Rod had 7 submissions at ADCC 2022 East Coast Trials. He took silver this past West Coast Trials and took 4th at East Coast. But something that's go in Elder's favor is that he did the absolutes, and he's also had strong runs as well. So I think a lot of people, the majority of fans, want J-Rod. So we'll see if J-Rod gets the invite, because I know most of the people in the live chats have just been begging for J-Rod to be added, but we'll find out in about a week or two. So let me know who you guys, also, if you haven't already, there's been like 9-10 people in this group chat. We should have at least 10 likes on this video. So smash that like button if you can. We want to get this content out to as many people as possible, because there's just going to continue to be more and more news up until August. And I will be here for you guys covering all of it. So let me know in the comments as well if there's anything specific that you would like covered. I just feel like I've been BJJ nerding out a lot lately. So whatever you guys think is most interesting, let me know, and we will continue the grind. Thank you guys so much also for 30K subscribers. If you know any other BJJ nerds that would like this content, make sure to share it with them. I am your host, Alex Wendling. And also, if you want anyone specific, interviewed within the next month, let me know. I fly to Miami for to shoot a show with Combate Global, like a TV show on Fuse TV. So please make sure that you guys download Fuse TV so you can start seeing my MMA commentary, and then also this new TV show coming out that's going to be telling the stories of some of the Combate Global fighters, the premier MMA, Hispanic MMA promotion. You guys got to support your Latina MMA out in here, okay? Can't just all be, you know, fanboying over UFC all the time. If you want fighter pay to get better across the board, you got to support all the promotions so that, you know, things don't get monopolized by one. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for the time. This looks like a 43-minute live chat. So we will be talking to you guys very, very soon.